Good evening, folks. Yes, I am kicked back with my feet in an ottoman in my office because I can. So, I wanted to take a bit to talk about the November 7th search warrant just because there's, good Lord. But first, I want to give a mad shout out to my fan, my hatchling, Jackie. Jackie sent me a bunch of really awesome stuff today, but I think my favorite, besides the chocolate, is this bad boy. That's right, I now have an official bullshit button.
That was bullshit.
Don't you just love it? That's right, folks. Now I can call bullshit in many different tones. As though I needed the help. Alright, so this search warrant was once again applied for by Mark Wiegert. And looky who signed it for Wiegert right there on the bottom. It's Wendy! Wendy's joined the fray again. Now, this is a search warrant. This particular search warrant is the search warrant for Stephen Avery's DNA. Township of Gibson, more particularly described as a white male, blah, 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 yada, yada, blah, 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 whose DNA may constitute evidence of a crime, to wit, homicide, sexual assault, kidnapping, mutilating or hiding a corpse, and false imprisonment. Once again, folks, we see here them citing sexual assault, kidnapping, and mutilating or hiding of a corpse, and there was no fucking evidence to any of that yet. Any of it. Good fucking Lord. I didn't know that Mickey Mouse ran a police station. Jesus fuck. Now, here on page 2 of the warrant, more specifically the statement, the affidavit that comes with it, they say that they located Teresa's RAV4, and the way that they state this cracks me up. It says the vehicle was subsequently seized, secured in an enclosed trailer, and transported to the Wisconsin Crime Laboratory for subsequent search and analysis.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Yes, I'm going to be playing with that a lot. Folks, the way that this is worded is made specifically to make it sound like protocol was followed, when we all know that to be complete and utter bullshit. Because the car was handled and searched and fucked around with for hours before it was loaded into a crate and taken to the Wisconsin Crime Lab. And at one point, they had it covered over with a shitload of tarps because of rain. And, you know, it's funny because you can't see shit going on there. And I think that was just a really convenient fucking excuse. I don't put shit past these people anymore. Here on page 3, I love where it says that Deputy Kucharski located a Toyota ignition key adjacent to furniture found within the bedroom of the defendant, Stephen Avery.
Bullshit button. DEFCON 5.
Yeah. Your ass hurts, Kucharski, because Link and Kucharski both on the stand stated that it was Link who found the fucking key, and Kucharski was sitting on the bed filling out paperwork and wasn't even watching, wasn't even looking. And that was kind of his whole fucking point in being there, was to babysit the Bobbsey twins. So the fact is that this is an official document, folks. To lie in an official document is perjury. It's fucking perjury. Then it talks about where the license plates were located. Now, if you pay attention and you look, the car itself was found on the south end of the salvage yard. The plates, however, were found in a scrapped vehicle located on the north end of the salvage yard. You know what that sounds like to me, folks? Sounds like somebody was trying to get rid of evidence on their way out of the salvage yard after dumping the car. Why the fuck would Stephen Avery dump those plates on his own fucking property when he so easily could have thrown them in that little pond thingy near where the car was found. Could have driven it somewhere and just chucked him out the window a la Lorena Bobbitt, only a lot less interesting. I mean, there's a million ways that Stephen Avery could have and would have gotten rid of those plates had he been the one who did it. Just saying. They then go on to talk about locating the burn barrel near Barb's house. In that burn barrel, officers located burned clothing and a partially burned shovel. Funny how they don't mention shit about finding her camera, her phone, her PDA. And where the fuck is this burned clothing? Because none of the so-called charred material or charred clothing matched the description of what she was wearing that day, with the exception of that little fucking rivet. Then they go on to talk about the bones located at Stephen's property. Officers located bone fragments and teeth, plural, bullshit, one tooth, in a fire pit area located approximately 20 yards south of a detached garage, blah, blah, blah. The bone fragments located were transported by Dorinda Freymeiler, a special agent with the Division of Criminal Investigations, to Ken Bennett, a retired forensic anthropologist who identified the bones as being human in nature. Bennett also determined that based on the characteristics of the ilium bone, the bones were from an adult human female. Funny, because they logged it in as being bones from an adult human female on the evidence collection log, which was kept at the evidence collection site before they were even transported. Now, on November 14th, Leslie Eisenberg, forensic anthropologist, described the bone fragments as the obvious result of mutilation of a corpse. Well, gee, Ms. Eisenberg, that's funny, considering that the collection method used on these bones was completely improper. And not only that, but you can't tell shit when the collection method involved not a trowel and a grid, but a standard digging shovel and a massive fucking sifter, which, by the way, can break apart bone at that level and splinter the shit out of it. So you really can't tell fucking much.
Come on now, that ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Idiots. But this is my favorite part. On November 15th, in a preliminary report, Culhane indicated to your complainant that the partial DNA profile developed from the charred remains is consistent with the female DNA profile developed from the human blood stain in Teresa Halbach's vehicle, as well as the wild cherry Pepsi can also located in Teresa Halbach's vehicle. Well, that's funny, considering that, the charred remains had 7 loci. That's all they were able to develop, and at that level, all you can really tell is that it came from a monkey. That's about the extent of it, folks. I mean, you could have matched up those bone fragments, that charred material, with literally anyone on the fucking planet who happened to have a vagina. And it would have fucking been consistent at 7 loci. Not only that, but I want to bring up an interesting point that a friend of mine pointed out to me, Amy. Amy pointed out to me that the pap smear slides that they claim came from Teresa Halbach, and that's what they used to develop the DNA profile to match all this shit on, were supposedly from 2 years prior to the murder.
Warning, bullshit alert.
Yeah. I don't know a single fucking OBGYN that keeps pap slides for 2 fucking years. Folks and my male viewers, okay. When they do a pap smear, they go on up in there, they scrape some shit around, they smear it on a slide, and then they send it to a lab. The lab then does their testing shit, and then guess what happens? It goes into a biohazard waste barrel. They don't store those. They get destroyed. Like, pretty much immediately upon testing, which, trust me, does not take 2 fucking years. Within about, my OBGYN typically gets back to me within 2 weeks with my Pap results. So, you know, we'll say a month generously at the outside, depending on how busy the OBGYN is. About a month is how long that those fucking Pap slides would continue to exist. Where the fuck? What? Teresa Halbach just so happened to go and get a Pap smear right before she got murdered? Like, oh, gee, I'm getting murdered on Monday, so I might want to go and get my Pap smear done today so that they have evidence. Bullshit!
That was bullshit.
I call bullshit on this whole fucking thing. Oh, good Lord. All right, folks. I've got a few more things I got to do. Do not forget to subscribe to me here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. You can also follow me on Facebook. Casey Martinez, a.k.a. Mama Phoenix. Our Clue TV, official Clue TV fan page is up. Our official Clue TV Twitter is up, so you can find us there, Clue TV Official. And don't forget to go to the GoFundMe page. Donate if you can. Please share. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you soon.